I dey pray for the day when I can finally kiss you. You know, say every day I dey pray for you. Oh, in my heart today's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart is a beat like do. Cause now you are true so
Hello, and welcome Deka, my beloved people. How are you? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It's about 4 p.m. in Maputo. And today I wanted to share with you this tip. I'm sure you've seen in our caption. Blown away. Especially our ladies, I'd like to hear from you. What was your blown away moment? I'm sure we've all had those moments. I've had a few myself, I can tell you that. Hilarious, sometimes embarrassing. Let us know in the comment section what was your blow away moment and what was the occasion. Where were you going? What were you doing? How did you go about it? Yeah. By the way, I don't have rights to that song. I'm just enjoying it. Just giving me some nice vibes. Yeah? It's a Saturday today, so just chilling. Okay, so I'm sure we've all had our blown away moments. I'll share with you one. When I was in high school, I went to Holy Cross Girls. Yeah, so I went to school, high school, junior high, and part of my senior high. I went to Holy Cross Girls in Mungu. Those were good times, they were good moments. So one incident that stands out was, you know, we were taken to school in an open van, and it was a group of girls because transport from town into school was very, very scarce at the time. So we would be picked as a group of girls and we'd be dropped at school. And it was an open van, so you just had to secure yourself, hold somewhere so that you don't fall off. But every once in a while, you know, even if you are securing your dress with one hand and holding somewhere on the vehicle, as the vehicle was in motion, the dress, you know, we used to wear a gym dress. It's a light blue. I think they've changed it now. So anyway, the gym dresses would just fly with the wind, you know. But at the time, we'd also wear in our country where I come from, we call them bombasa. So it's just something that you wear underneath your outer garments. Can be your tights, can be your shorts, can be your leggings, whatever you wear, but something always under the outer garment. So we'd be wearing those, but then the uniforms would just they would fly and you'd go oops, and then people would like hey, you know. So it was just, you know, us being girls, being young. It was so fun, by the way. So I know that these moments still happen in our day-to-day lives, and you don't plan for it. You know that when the wind comes, so the dress might fly, it might not fly. You always have something underneath, and it's just normal. So for a very, very long time, I was very ignorant that there could be something you could do about it to avoid these blown away moments. Until much, much later, when I started sewing, and I'd walked into one of the fabric stores where I would get my sewing supplies, and I saw these small metallic items. They looked like buttons, but they were not buttons. So I was curious, and they were they were like stitched or sewn into what looked like a cloth or something, or a material, piece of fabric. So I asked the shop attendant to explain to me what they were, and apparently she also didn't know what they were. They were not labeled. So I left them and I went on with my business until much, much later that I actually came across a conversation about dress weights, or sometimes they're also called hem weights, H-E-M. Yeah, so you just use a coin. You can't find them in the fabric, so just use a coin and you put it on you fold it in the middle of a piece of fabric, maybe 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch, and you just stitch it to your seams. So on your sides, left, right, back, and front. So depending on the flaredness of the dress you're wearing and the weight, if it's very light, it might easily will fly up. Okay? So you might need to add maybe 6 or so. You just see what works. So you can just stitch them, actually stitch on or sew onto your garment, or you can just use a coin, okay, and you put it in a fabric. You can even use, I think that's spunbond. Yeah, you just stitch it, and then you are going to just place it on your seams, where your seams are on your side, front and back. You might need to put 1 or 2 in between those spaces that are left, and the wind will come and your garment, your dress, your skirt, your wrapper, I don't know, whatever it is you're wearing is going to remain, held down. So these ones you stitch on, and you can stitch, they can remain there permanently. You can remove them, because also the stitch that you're putting, it's not a very complicated, it's just a simple straight stitch that you can do with your needle and thread. Okay, so here now is another type of this is another type of dress weight, and I was saying they're called dress weights, but they're also called hem as in HEM weights. These are stick on, so they've got kind of a stick, a wrapper that you unstick or peel off, and then you stick it where you want it so that it will hold your dress down. I'm just gonna zoom this so that you can have a better look of it. So when you go looking for it, you can actually ask for stick-ons, and some of these stick-on dress weights are actually reusable. So you can, once you've removed it from your dress, from your garment, from your clothes, you put it back in your container or in your plastic, wherever it was put, and then you store it for next time. Some of the stick-on dress weights, yeah, so once you have stuck them on your clothing, some of them cannot be reused. Okay, the glue or the stick-on stuff they put there is no longer able to stick on your garments, but you can check their variety. Okay, so you can see even the designs are different depending on your needs. You can put, like in this picture here, you can see 2 have been put right there next to each other, just to weigh the dress down more, to prevent it from lifting when the wind comes. But you also have to be careful when you're placing these dress weights, because sometimes they tend to make the fabric to fold a little bit, and you don't want that. It kind of distorts the look of your dress, your skirt, or whatever it is that you're wearing. So maybe don't put too much because too much also I think will be uncomfortable. You also don't want to feel very heavy. Okay, so I'm just showing you the different types. So there's the thing that you peel off for the stick-ons. Okay, but if you don't have these and you can't find them, just use your coin, put it inside a piece of material or fabric, and just stitch it around, and you stitch it on your dress on the sides. Share with us, what was your blow-away moment? How was it? How did you handle it? Was it just business as usual? I wish I knew that you could just use a coin and stitch it on, and you could keep the dress down. I really wish I knew that, and for a long time I really didn't know about dress weights. And when I was in the fabric store, when I saw the dress weights, I asked the attendant, and she didn't know what they weigh. But when I explained to her what they did or what they used for, Then she was like, oh yeah, we've got something, but it's for kittens. So we also have weights for kittens, but they are bigger and they weigh much more, because obviously kittens have a lot of, so kittens have a lot of fabric. Okay, so to keep those materials or those pieces of fabric down, they need more weight. So those are also available. You can check those out in case you need something for your kittens. And also if you want to try it on for yourself, for your dress, for your skirt, you can buy them as a gift for somebody that you love. Yeah, I think it's just a good idea. There we go. So I wanted to share this tip, fashion tip 101, dress weights and being blown away.